So I guess the only place to start a story is at the beginning, and this is one heck of a story. Or at least I think it is. My life up to this point has been rather unimpressive, and in line with it, I am also rather unimpressive. Why would anything special happen to someone as basic and normal as me? Brown hair, brown eyes, skin so pale it's 2 shades short of reflective, and a crippling video game addiction. Or at least that's what people tell me. I would say it was a day like any other, but with extreme social anxiety, being out shopping was a trip into a hellscape, but it was during this trip that I ran into a peculiar man. We joke about it online, and heck, there are even thousands of stories about it, but I out of all people got randomly, and yes, it was random, there is no way I could have been specially selected, picked out of everyone there, or I guess in the world. A choice was offered to me. The choice we should all be aware of by now. Will you push the red button? The reward was that I would be sent to any anime world that I chose, but in exchange, I could never return. I have to admit I was very tempted to hit the button right then and there, but even with the mountain of terrible choices in my past, I still had some things I cared about here, so I had to ask this entity a simple question. May I modify the deal with a few requests? I don't even know how I managed to ask. Usually, I just shut up around new people and continue on as if they weren't there. But they seemed to be interested in what I had to say, so I started to list some requests. I want to be able to say goodbye to my friends and family, so I would like to hold off on pushing for now. Is that okay? They nodded in response. I would also like to take someone with me. Though I can't get to the same place as them, is it possible to extend the invite to them? This request was easily the most important. I don't do well when I am alone either, so I need at least one person with me. Plus, I really didn't want to abandon the one woman who actually cared for me. The entity paused for a few moments, as if considering their options, and then nodded again. At least they were willing to make some concessions. I don't think it's wise to go without anything. So could I and the person coming with me each bring a backpack full of stuff? Again, they approved. So far, this was looking like it may be a proper adventure. Now for some hard ones. When people get sent to other worlds, they get powers in most stories, but I don't really want that. I would like, though, if I and my companion could be reverted to an appropriate age, and both of us modified in some way to remove our genetic predispositions to illnesses while still retaining our memories. Is that possible? And if so, could that please be added? This time they paused for a much longer period, seemingly staring off into nowhere before nodding once again. And lastly, for modifications, since I am going to bring my cell phone, could it connect across to the internet in this world? Minus any communication, of course, just for referential data and entertainment. To my surprise, it once again agreed, and so I knew what I had to do next. I doubt my family is going to believe this. Could you come with me so you can explain to them how it works? And yes, I know all of this sounds super sketchy. Like, why would you believe a random person in that they could do all of this? And why would you take them to your family? To be honest, you had to be there. The energy coming off of this person was not human. I wouldn't say divine because I was agnostic at the time, but pretty close to it. After a lot of phone calls, Discord messages, and a few teary goodbyes, a lot of explaining from the entity, plus an extremely excited girlfriend, I managed to pack a backpack, confirm that she had done so as well, and then I pushed the red button. The transfer was like a flash of light, blinding yet warm. From the quiet hum of technology in my room to the almost maddening silence in between, and finally landing in an alley with the sound of footsteps not far away.